Yeah, it's about that time once again to start up on a little something that I did back in 2020. Something known as Nerf Secrets Revealed Aftersought, because I'll tell you why. This is pretty much the beginning of something new. It's currently the year 2024, nearly 4 years after the events that I had in the last series that I had run on YouTube. But now that I've come back, specifically for this, I'm real surprised to see tons of different changes take place, and also a lot more interesting things to be found. So at this point in time, 4 years later, here we are with the sequel series known as Nerf Secrets Revealed Aftersought Part 2. A pleasure to meet y'all at last, like always. And now we have ourselves something brand new to talk about. Maybe more specifically, I should probably let you know that one Nerf blaster that I've chosen to talk about specifically for the first time in a long time that I've ever had Aftersought related content on the channel is the Flip 8. One of a few released blasters so far that come from a sub lineup of what was known as Elite 2.0. And I've talked a lot about the Super line, as far as y'all know. That's exactly what I've called it since day one. The Super line, because an Elite 2.0 is never gonna be any better than a 1.0. So we'll just leave Elite well enough alone out of it, and we'll just call it Super. So just forget the fact that there is an Elite 2.0 literally embossed on the sides of the blaster, and just know the fact that this is part of a sub lineup called the Flip Shots. This is the Flip 8. Part of the reason as well, it's got 4 barrels on one side and another 4 pretty much. They oscillate in 180-degree angles thanks to this piece right here. A green red dot sight that also doubles as a slide to allow the barrels to easily readjust themselves. But much like a lot of blasters, it's fired thanks to priming rod technology. Yeah, just buckshotted right there. And just like that, we got 4 darts out. And there you go, pretty much. That's 8 darts fired out of all 8 chambers, pretty much. So I feel like that this blaster and its own little review entirely might necessarily need to have a bit of an adjustment, so we'll spice things up a little bit here. And so let me reintroduce, I should say, the Invisibullets. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and get this blaster preloaded with Invisibullets. And so yeah, and just like that, I feel like that this review is pretty much all summed up in the best ways possible. This blaster, of all blasters that I might have ever possibly talked about within the Flip Shot series, does have itself plenty of potential, but being one of only a few releases that were made at the time, I can't necessarily point out that the Flip 8 is supposed to be that much better than most other choices that you'd have out there. So while it might be a good starter for what the Flip Shot series was known for at the time, Nerf and its huge, impressive way of implementing gimmicks as opposed to performance blasters, they sure are rather abundant in the past several years. Way more abundant now than ever. But here in 2024, I feel like that it's a bit more apparent now than how it was back then, with a lot of people commenting on how bad most lineups were And in addition to that, you got the many people out there who seem to hate some of the lineups that we've seen so far. And with that in mind, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to try and see if I can find some more warmer times right here, because it is somewhere around the freezing point as it seems. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel, then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.